I think childhood has always been less of an idyllic golden pastures time than some of us would like it to be for many, many children. I think the 21st century's child has so much access to every sort of technology, to talking with their friends whilst also doing their homework, whilst also listening to the latest music, whilst somewhere on the same computer screen looking at photoshopped images and airbrushed images of something that's supposed to be the human ideal. As somebody in my late 50s, I cannot remember being under that amount of pressure from so many different directions. The big difference between previous generations and now is the internet and the complete ease of access to the most harrowing and abusive images. This is not children watching children being abused, this is children watching adult pornography. If your child has a tablet or a phone and you don't know what they're looking at, you need a serious conversation. They may not look at it of their own accord, but if they've got a friend who does, who leans across them on the school bus and says, "Look at this," you can't unsee something that you've seen. And that was one of the important things that came out of our research last year. So it is an issue, it is a difficulty for society as a whole. And that's why we're working with government, as I know the broadcasters are, to try to not control, because I don't think you can control the internet, but to try to give it some moral fibre. Old-fashioned term, but very important. What children and young people tell us and tell all sorts of other organisations that they need from school when it comes to sexual relationships, to healthy relationships, to respectful relationships, is that they need school to take seriously the fact that if I'm with you 25 hours a week, 39 weeks a year, you are my most used service if I'm a child. And part of the curriculum you give me surely has to help me to be a safer, more rounded, more self-respecting human being. And therefore the personal social health and citizenship curriculum has to include work on healthy relationships, respectful relationships, the place of sex in those healthy and respectful relationships. And schools shouldn't shy away from that, because children are asking for it. They want to be equipped to be good parents and people who know how to keep themselves safe. It's about more than simply passing exams, important as they are. And most really good schools, and there are hundreds of thousands of really good teachers in very good schools in this country, most of them are already really concerned about this and trying to find the space to teach it. It's about how the adults around them help them to be resilient enough to deal with the world that's coming at them. We can't switch it off, can we? And they would probably shout at us if we tried. So the issue for all of us is, how do we, together, live in a new century where these children will grow old in the next century, actually?